that I want people to know is that we will be, by next week, we'll be getting back to you. You can follow us on our social media platforms and we'll be bringing up the topics and then you share with us. What do you think? Okay, so don't feel like, you know,
ate ndowooza kye muva okwogerako nti oli bw'aba ayagala kukulaakulana tasuubira kukeera n'abeera nga Dangote aliko Dangote oba n'abeera nga Bitatuule oba wava muno abo abasajja balina gye baayita n'olwekyo neno TV yennyini bannaye mutusaasire naye tulina naffe emitendera egyo gyennyini gye tulina okuyitamu so awali enkyukakyuka zijja kubeerawo ng'of course ekigendererwa kyaffe kulaba nga tubaweereza bulungi temutya kutubaako kye mutugamba. I know you recommended some improvements. Tubadde tuli ku show omusajja waffe omusuubuzi w'ebinyeebwa n'asalawo ayimirireko emabega. It excited me because this is their TV station.
Never, this is business. Yes.
So kindaze nti why naye bamulabyeko ku TV naye n'ekirala afunye ku chance n'alaba ekigenda maaso TV yabwe bakolera ki munange nga tukyali awo obudde bwa Christmas butuuse era most of our viewers are in the process of preparing for the festive season. If not, they are in the festive season already. I'll give you an example. I love to sum a product of the MOOBS Entrepreneurship Center. We had our last department meeting yesterday, and today is the day we are going in for holiday.
Oh, really? You're breaking off?
Yes.
As early as this?
Why not?
When are you coming back? Like reporting back?
The assignment is to make sure that we are ready to resume business by first. But the MOOBS Entrepreneurship Center has a system that allows us to work whether or not it is a festive season without necessarily coming to office.
Okay.
We are facilitated with our own laptops, with our own internet, with enough airtime. So I wouldn't be surprised if my director calls me and says, you know what, Tush, we have a bidding document we are supposed to submit to Stanbic Bank. Please, your role is this. Can you play the part?
Well, take me through your holiday. How are you going to spend it?
Well, for starters, I am also here at smart24. So on Tuesday, we will be in the studio. And like you might be aware, from Monday to Friday, we will be working. So in my case, as Ronald Tush Kamweya, I don't actually know I don't do festive holidays because normally I'm at work.
So what do you do?
I work. I have my work. I normally love to say that I'll rest when I die. Well, I don't know whether that's what one could call it. Perhaps I'm a workaholic. But the ends justifies the mean. The end justifies the means, of course.
Okay. Well, when we get back to our people, it's like we shall have, I think, like 80%, apart from Tush, also is it 20%? 80% will be travel.
Sweetheart, Tush muveko na ugenda kubeera wano tugenda kukola fembi.
Tush nga nesibyeko banaye, Tush anesibyeko.
Ate ngenda kutwala out tutandike kubusagala onswazo osabe ebintu ebisukka budget yange ate nze siswala nkugamba sweetheart, I'm taking you out, my budget is 20,000 tuteesa. You know these assumption things are not good.
Ku fuel prices. Tunakoma on
prices. Munange fuel prices ezo then tugende maso. Well, welcome back. Thank you so much for those prices. Of course, Jackie, if you take a notice at some of those travel rates that have been indicated, you will see that there has been a significant increase in some of those prices by between 5,000 Ugandan shillings to 10,000 Ugandan shillings. And we had initially predicted this. I think from last week, we've been telling people that as we tend towards 25th December, as we tend towards New Year, 1st January 2019, the prices will keep becoming at some point obscenely humongous. Now, what does that mean? Nti abadde akubye budget ey'emitwalo 10 ogende Juba, soko otegeke emitwalo 5 gibere ku standby. Wale otukelera bobanga wetegereza rate ezo zeyongeddeko awamu 15 awamu 1,000. What is your view on this?
Nze view yange nja kubuuza Christmas yali ekyuse negenda nga mu January.
Munange ebintu bya tradition
tekyukanga. Kati bweba tekyukanga kitegeeza nti omuntu wa bulijjo oba muntu yenna ali ku nsi nga yeetegekera Christmas alina okutandika January. So sikulaba nti December etuuse abaana bafudde ku ssomero n'otandika nti simanyi neetegekera ki Christmas. Kubanga tutekisobola kubanga oyogedde ku fuel, I mean transport fares. Now let's look at the cost of clothes. Gwe tushoyinza ogamba nze Christmas sigula olugoye lupya. Waliyo omuntu agamba nze Christmas wengulira olugoye olupya.
Ate we twakulira nga Christmas lwokka lwe batugulira engoye empya singa maama aba azifunye era lwaki azifunanga
ng'okaaba. Tewakaaba ekkiriza tush.
G'amazima tetwakaabanga kubanga twamanyi ng'embeera yaffe twali tugimanyi.
Naye si kwagala kwa maama wo naye singa naye yali asobola ndowooza buli Christmas okitegeera. Kati kye nkugamba kiri nti tulina okwetegekera, like we have to always be ready from January because if you're a businessman or a business person right now, I can tell you that you can get the shock of your life. Simanyi okitegeera ng'ebintu tewabistockinga dda kati bw'ogenda okusuubula. That means that ojja kutomera kubanga prices from transport ojja kulinnyisa ebbeeyi y'ebintu ng'otaddemu transport nti simanyi otaddemu price y'ebintu naye omuntu gwogenda okitunduza nga yeezo sente tazirina. Ekintu ekibadde kiri ku 15 ng'omuntu omugamba 5,000 ng'akugamba kyalinnye ddi. Okitegeera. For the sake of transport, I think this comes with the fuel. Eggulo twalabyeko abasajja abavuga ebimotoka by'amafuta busi nga beekalakaasa bagamba ekyuma ekipima kibakeereya. It delays them a lot. So that means that nti amafuta bwe gakendeera mu supply wali.
Prices eyongera.
Scarcity. Kati kiba kitegeeza nze ayeetegekera Christmas right now nyina okuba natandika dde okusavinga. Nyina okuba nakola dda budget. There are some people that have projects in the village. For example, building up houses or something, or maybe they are following up on farming. This is the time they have a holiday to take it up and push it. By the time they report back to office, at least they've pushed. So that means that now building equipment, everything that you will need, esente ng'ozigyawa. Omusaala ogwo gwa December ogumanyi. So the question is, did you prepare yourself for this? Because Christmas tekyukanga tushite mutulimba nti simanyi nti ki
it's not an accident. Yes.
Nze kyembangamba nti nze kyenalya nakyetegekera bw'oba omanyi tewayetegekera nkoko tojja girya. Bw'oba omanyi wayetegekera bijanjaalo by'ogenda okulya. Bw'oba omanyi kubanga transport right now tukimanyi bulungi nti transport bw'aweranga 25th abava mu kibuga badda mu kyalo transport ejja kubeera waggulu naye abava mu kyalo abadde eno because egenda kukyuka kati. Kati bwe tuva mu Christmas okudda e Kampala oba okudda ku mulimu transport erinnya naye abava Kampala abadda mu kyalo ebeekola ki. Kati ebyo ebintu tebikyukanga tukitongamba nti kino kituuseewo leero nti transport abadde we had a price that was there. Kati kyenkugamba nti tush weetegeke ugambye ontwala out kati manya gy'ontwala out emmere ejja kulinnya
tonneesibaako mbadde ngamba nnyinza sigamye nti nja
Obadde
kutwala
osaaga. Nze nabagambye.
oyagala omugole wange agambe mbu ate ntandise okukuba manifesto
Kati nze
ku TV.
bakugambye nze siri mugole. Nze bisobera.
Well, Guzinze, of course, we're talking as in our dear viewers. We are broadcasting live from the heart of Kampala in our downtown studio. And like you know, it is a hub of activities. We have a number of people coming in from different locations. They are doing their shopping. Even now, as we speak, there is a lot of traffic within the city center. And that traffic is highly attributed to people who are heading to the bus parks, leaving, and those who are coming into Chikubo to do their shopping.
The business people that are coming to do the shopping, to take to their shops.
Yes, indeed.
In the
No. Yes, perhaps in the village.
Yes, because they have to, the demand is very high. Ukubanga osanga omusuubuzi abadde atunda engoye okumala omwezi nga tanakola shopping kati byaweddeko. Ayina okudda Kampala azeeyo.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, like Jackie has been telling us, it is important for you to plan because these eventualities are not an accident. These holidays are predicted. The reason as why they are
Predicted?
also... Yes. Actually, they are not even predicted. They are definite. You know that Christmas is 25th of December. Now, those calendars are not for decoration, people. When you get a calendar, and you take note of the red days, sometimes they are labeled in different colors, save for the rest of the dates. Now, the purpose of such an aspect is for you to be able to plan and know that on this day it will be, rather between this day or this day, normally it's within a scale of 2-3 days, it will be Idi. Then you will also have maybe Easter. Then for Ugandan seasons, we will have the Uganda Matters Day, Independence Day, Heroes Day. Those weird days that sometimes don't make sense to the business community in Uganda. And of course, you know, for example, according to the calendar, December 25th will be a Tuesday. So the purpose of that is not necessarily to fill up your house and decorate it with nice pictures on the calendar. No, we need to plan. Now that brings us to something. Under normal circumstances, human beings will rarely plan for their lives.
That's very true. And with a business mind, you need to plan for everything.
Indeed.
You need to sit down on the drawing board and you're like, what am I going to do? How much am I going to spend? And where am I going to get the source of income? The source of income. What is your source of income? Because we all know that at least we have had our kids from school, and now we had some of them had to pay school fees and everything. So what we are expecting from parents, it's only savings. If you didn't save, then you have no money. And to people who have bigger families, extended families, you have a lot to do. And that means spending. From buying meat, to buying clothes, to probably buying sodas, because Christmas botanywa soda watching. Owakana.
Olinga njogerako ese Christmas twajijera lukola olunaku lwe twanyanga soda bwe tuba twafunanga omukisa. Away from that, it is also important to share. People, let me tell you, I am proudly born again, by the way, regardless of what you and Frank normally say. Amen. I'm proudly born again. Now, under normal circumstances, you know, the reality is being born again shouldn't be advertised for everyone to know. But I'm saying this in relation to...
No, let's start with the date when you got born again. Like when
I don't remember it, I must confess. I know everyone will tell you I got born again on this day. I don't, because I got born again many times. Yes.
When was the last time?
Biwamvu. Let's go back to the point. If you're Biwamvu. Now, the point I'm trying to make is this. I have a great admiration for Islam. And in fact, when it comes to Ramadan, my mentor is a Muslim.
Sure.
I love working with him. And I love especially being with him during Ramadan because I know he will fast. I will wake up at 3 like him. By 4, I'm having my daku. And then I will fast the whole day. But then the most important lesson I've picked from Islam. No, I'm coming. The most important lesson I've picked from Islam is they will never let a fellow Muslim go hungry during the time for breaking fast,
Actually,
during Ramadan, during Eid. You get it? They share.
Human being, because they share with everyone.
They share. In fact, it is possible for a Muslim to enter Ramadan with 5,000 shillings, Ugandan shillings, with just that, and they end up saving the little they get on a daily basis, so that by the time Ramadan, rather Eid comes, they don't even spend it because you know those who are privileged enough are mandated by the Quran and they do it wholeheartedly, they are mandated to actually share with those that don't
For that
have.
matter, I'm sharing with you. Have this. Have my cup of tea. You can have it. You can have it. That's sharing. But I also, yes, I salute them when it comes to that sharing moment. And also, besides the fellow Muslims, what they do, they also invite them. Which they invite them over, and you will see them bringing you rice. I like their rice, by the way. But the last one, no one invited me, so, so yes, but well, that's sharing. So either way, when you're traveling, let's get back to business. You can, if you've been traveling to the village with an empty car, you can call around your family members and find out who else is traveling, okay? And then you give them a lift. It costs you nothing, okay?
Yes,
and people who also travel to the village, by the way, I've seen people who travel to the village and then first comes up and second and third, and they spent all the money and have no transport back to work.
That brings us back to the planning bit we told them about. Away from that, dear viewers, we've talked a lot about planning. Don't forget, some of these things can help you, especially if you have a phone. There are planning applications on the phone. And that brings us to our next segment. In the Smart Forum today, we are talking about digitalization in Uganda for the year 2018. And we are very humbled to have a special guest, a special team of people all the way from, oh my God, should I spill the beans now?
It's okay, no.
Ooh.
No.
Let me leave it at that.
This is the point where I have to leave you and you enjoy your show.
Yes.
Okay?
Well, we are still together as a team. Away from that, stay tuned for the next segment, which is the Smart Forum here on the Smart Rise Show, and of course, nowhere else but on smart24. Tell us what you think on our social media networks at Ronald Tush on Twitter, at Ace24 for Smart24 TV, and
Jacqueline Arinda on Facebook and Jacqueline Arinda on Twitter.
Stay tuned. team works around the clock to see that we give you the most accurate, the most timely, and of course the most relevant information through our updates at the top of every hour, and of course briefs at the top of every 30 minutes, only here on Smart24 TV. Now, we are in for the Smart Forum, and it must be noted that digitalization is taking the world by storm. If you're not digital, then you have issues. My Jaja in Bunyaruguru asked me to teach her how to use WhatsApp. Now, every day she gets her phone, takes a picture and sends it to me. You can imagine the smiles I get every morning. So digitalization is the talk of the continent, it's the talk of Uganda, and of course it is the global talk everywhere. Google recently awarded a grant of, I want to mention figures, to an organization here in Uganda to move the digital gospel everywhere. And today we are very humbled in the Smart24 studios on Smart Rise in the Smart Forum session to host a team all the way from Kafero Foundation, and specifically to have the executive director of Ujama Tribe, Mr. Alex Woji. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much, Tish.
Are you well?
I'm very, very well, and I'm glad to be here today to share a few things about digitalization, and digital transformation, and basically our work as a Ujama Tribe and Kafero Foundation.
Yes, that is of course Alex, and he's not alone. He has gone ahead to move with the public relations officer of Kafero Foundation